traders, welcome to session number 51 of 15-minute mentoring. And today I want to touch with two phrases that actually summarize the edges of the trades. Because there's a lot of things between, you get into the trade, maybe partial, maybe whatever, but there are two situations that I want to focus on: the let it go versus let it grow, with, of course, some examples. So what's the idea behind those two sentences? First, from psychology part, those things are against our nature's beliefs that we had held before we enter in the trade. We get into a trade, in our mind we want to succeed, we want to get money, and suddenly it's go against us. So what are we going to do? And on the other hand, it's going amazing, and more than we expected. So what are we doing? So for example, you're going to see the let it go. Definitely, you need to know that some trades we are not winning. We have to admit, and as soon as we're going to admit it, and as soon as is our stop that we already know, that will actually be the right thing to do. Watching the P&L, we're going to talk about, you want to watch, and in other hand, when you go against, you don't want to watch. It's a conflict again. We're going to touch this also. How can you make rules in order to avoid improvisation with trading decision? I don't like to improvise. I like to improvise, not in trading, because usually it sucks. Usually it's you're become emotional and you're doing the wrong thing. So let's go into those trading situations. So prepare for a trade. On a trade, again, we don't know if it's let it go or let it go. So both of them, we have good risk reward, of course. We have checks into our favor. We have a stock that we think it's a good candidate, and we are getting into the trade, okay? When do we know that it's the let it go? We got into the trades. The trade is not developed, not volume, and no price actions. On the other hand, when you have the let it go, price action jump, and you come with the R wall, and you got a full bars. And the idea behind what we are doing right now is to get you the sense that sometimes in advance, immediately, which trade is this. And then when you know this, you need to make a trade decision. So it's not moving, but let it go. Stock's moving back under the entry toward the stop. Okay? On the other hand, let it go, higher low, and the trade start to get a speed. Okay? Now, usually what people will do, if it's immediately with the let it go, they will not get out. They will not cut their losses. Where should they be? And on the other one, when you have the let it go, when you jump in and you see the cash immediately, boom, you want to get out. So let's see, developing trade decision. Okay, so hit the stop. That's the right decision. You have a stop and you need to get out always. It doesn't mean that it's the end of the game. Option, you still can watch for a second chance. Our previous 15-minute mentoring, number 50, was dealing with something I love to do. Second chance, I prefer to get out. And if I need to, I can do a second, sometimes even a third chance. Another option, again, this is let it go. So we have a situation, we got into a trade, it failed, moved to the stop outs. Sometimes there's another option when I do it with the let it go is a trade that I'm been too much time. You're gonna see in one of the example which I failed to do that on Friday. Well, in that trade, a lot of time there's no developing, there's nothing, just hopes and dreams, whatever. So time to trade and to do decision. At least my preference, I have a preference for this. So if I'm trading the trade beginning of the day, like the first 15 minutes, or let's say after. So usually if I'm not getting to partial, whatever, the beginning of the day, 2-3 minutes, I cut it. I don't care if it's few cents, I cut half, raise my stop. In other trades, I'm lowering my stop, or again, if I'm close to even 1-to-1, whatever, after let's say even 30 minutes or so in the trade, 20 minutes, I can cut, low my stop in order to make the right decision and keep it. Let it go. Where again, so we see the price action, we see the jump, we see everything. Now we can see, and you can see in the example that I will give you, break daily resistance, okay, that we know in advance, places that we know. Not always it's depend on the market condition, like sometimes the market can go against, but there is some momentum, I don't know, catalyst, and you can get a beautiful let it go. So what are you doing? Work with a trading plan using different time of frames. You're gonna see I finished this lecture yesterday, like 24 hours before our session, but I just did a trade today with the let it grow. So I just add, so you can see that different time frame, 5, 15, sometimes even 30. And again, work with your trading plan. You're raising your stop according, and then it's a stress-free for the last half quarter. We talked earlier about the P&L. Using risk management and on the let it go, getting out of the stop will keep your losses in control. So if you have a risk and you got that risk in that specific trade, that's it. What happens usually? If not, it becomes instead R 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. From psychology point of view, it's a damage that sometimes you can't even go back from there. And again, sometimes it's a huge loss that you can actually kill your account. On the other hand, on the let it go, don't look in the P&L. I know that it's hard. Why? Because it's going to cause you a conflict. Because if you follow what you trade and not what you see in the P&L, those trades of the let it go are the trades that are going to build your accounts. Small partial outs, this is not what will get you to the next level. And it's okay to be frustrated, it's okay to take a few minutes to rant, but now what are you going to do about this to get better? Will you turn that frustration into fuel to do the work? That will make you a better trader. How you answer will be seen in your future P&L. Mike Bellafiore. I want to introduce my one-on-one mentoring program. Everything that you heard me talking about in our sessions, we're doing live, we're building the trading plan, risk management, everything we do in live, we trade live, we analyze between session in order to cause you to be better than you are. So that's a trade I did yesterday, AAL, about 15 cents stop. Again, good volume, good everything, checks into my favor daily, forgot to add here, but daily amazing. 5 minutes, the trade developed beautiful again. Only 15 cents, so you have a beautiful risk reward. Look how it looks on the 15. Exactly what I mentioned. You go, and as the trade develop, you can go to 15-minute charts, and then start raising on your last portion, and just let it grow. Every Wednesday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, we're gonna have a 15-minute mentorship, which in each session we're gonna develop a new topic in order to cause you to be a better trader. Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye bye. So we have the let it go when a trade fails. Again, it happened to us, will happen in the future. You have a game plan, you have a trade plan, and it's not working, going the opposite way, you have a stop. Yeah. Professional trader, respect stop. Move on. But I want to talk about, for example, the situation that I had on Friday in UPST, and you can go to my site and see, I have a title name, Trade of the Week, how I fucked this trade. A situation like this, that sometimes you definitely need to let it go, but let it go can be not just cut clear, black and white. So for example, if I wasn't, I don't remember again, I was from here with the short, but you can see definitely that the trade was going nowhere. And it's still even included in the same range of the first, 5-minute bar, which should alarm me. Definitely when you see something like this, and I do it, in certain point, even break even, a few cents here, a few cents there, I can actually reduce my risk, or even sometimes get off, or definitely lower my stop, because again, there was a game plan with a trade that I want to see capitulation. Definitely you could see it's during the first hour, second, it didn't happen. So definitely you need to, because to lose a cent on this kind of trade after you are there so much, you have to. So you definitely need to let it go, lower your stop, reduce wherever you are, just to remove the risk and move on. On the other hand, trade that I had yesterday in Vero, which actually defined the let it go. So Vero, it's on my list from this day. There was a momentum, and I learned all those levels, this 1494 and this beautiful area here, 1650, and I have a chart for this. And again, nothing happened except I came lunchtime and I was watching. I love to see this, the first week, nice pullback to the support, and definitely you don't need more than this. The risk reward here, about 14, very small stop, good here. And again, look at what's happened around here about the opportunities, and opportunities on the daily. So this is definitely a trade with edge. So the way I actually did it is I was waiting exactly to this 1460 something, and see what happened. It actually broke it with a beautiful candle range, and then there was a little bit change of momentum, which I took the partial. Okay, now I had to go away. So what I did is something that actually worked perfectly. And again, I can't remember the name, but I had a session that I did on this 15-minute about trading remote, meaning need to go away, doesn't mean that the trade need to go away. So what I did here, so I took half partial. There was the retracement, okay, and then it came back higher. First thing, I knew that will be my stop. Again, this area that was a resistance, we broke it, became a nice support, so definitely I felt comfortable under 1450. Now, when you have something like this, and again, you are not here, what are we doing? So first, I want to be on the safe side. So I had half position. I throw another quarter before the round number, 1496, and the low was here. Why? Because I thought, again, the market and everything, it doesn't the market was a little bit red and we didn't have the wind of it. So that was, and as you can see, it actually took it very nicely. Second one, and again, I was not here. I knew that there is this option here, but again, I love this momentum here, and I love what happened here. I was not there, but when you're not there, sometimes I'm more careful. So the next thing I did, I just put again the next round numbers around 1550, so I put 1546, which definitely I got it. So again, take away that I was remote, not remote, but when you have a trade with this kind of daily and trade with edge and everything line up, you definitely need to let the trade grow, because again, this is a trade that started with less than 20 cents, and the last portion gave almost 1 to 6, no, more, 1 to even 8. The last quarter, 1/8 quarter, it's almost 2 risk units. Main focus going forward. For situation trading, you must have a trading plan, guys. And let it go, it's a trading plan. If a trade go against you, don't fight it. Use your stop, guys. When a trade going nowhere, do some actions. Reduce your risk. Don't stop a trade that fly. Just because the high P&L, it can go much higher. Use a system for those situations. Bigger losses can kill your trading career and can cause a psychological crisis that it will be hard to get out of it. So the only thing that is matter, and I think this is why even to my student, I told them to use the stop is to prevent you from those roller coaster, because when you're on the roller coaster, then you just can't do and let it go. When you talk, you just repeat what you already know. When you listen, you allow yourself to learn something new. Dalai Lama. And again, thank you for joining us. And the reason why I do this is because we need to crush our limited beliefs.